What's up, guys? So, little change of plans with the 240. I'm not really sure. The motor doesn't seem like it's blown up or anything. It's just running weird. And, I could sit here and keep dumping money into it and dumping money into it and dumping money into it and still, I don't know. It's not going to be what I want it to be. Still going to be a low horsepower car. So what I'm doing is pulling an LS out of Silverado, and I'm gonna swap it. I'm gonna LS swap it. So pull the motor out of the truck, get that out, and then probably pull the 240 in and pull that motor out, and then start getting the parts and all that kind of stuff together. So let's get going. All right, update. My buddy gave me a hand getting this thing damn near ready to pull out. Got the headers off, or manifolds, whatever you want to call them. Got those out. He got the wiring harness all taken apart for me. He's gonna help me thin it out to use what I do need and what I don't need and all that kind of stuff. Got the exhaust undone. I just got to get the trans cross membered out so that I can lower the trans, get the Y pipe cats, all that out of the way, and get a couple more or a little bit of the harness left over, drive shaft off. And I'm gonna take the intake off because I know that with the last motor I pulled like this, the intake hits the firewall up here, and I don't want to damage this because I might use this, at least just for now, until I find a nicer one, lower profile one, whatever. Buddy said he's got one, and we'll see. But one step closer, so I'm gonna see if I can get this thing yanked out. I gotta go get some tools that I don't have in order to, make this a little bit easier. So we're getting there. All right, I got it out. It actually wasn't that hard. It was just, these things are lifesavers, I'll tell you that. I mean, it still hit. This right here was hitting up there a little bit, but whatever. It really helped me out to keep the motor and trans level and all that good stuff. And yeah, that's, so happy that that's out. So now that I got that out, we're gonna break it down. I didn't, time lapse or anything taking it out, because if you pulled a motor, you pulled a motor. I mean, it's whatever. I didn't do it. So it's out. Now I'm going to get this rolled out of the way, call my buddy, see what else I need to take off of this, get this out of the shop, clean up my mess, because as you can see, it never fails, dude. Every time I pull a motor, it's always like, oh, I'm gonna make sure all the trans fluid's out of it. Yeah, well, it's out of it. It's just, if you can see, it's kind of on the floor too. So regardless, so I caught a lot and missed a lot. Oh well. Anyways, gonna get off, like I said, get off what I think I'm gonna need. I don't need the transmission because I'm not using an automatic. So transmission harness, all that stuff, whatever. I'm gonna sell this, or I think my buddy wants it, regardless. So that harness, bing, bam, boom, other stuff, and yeah, so that's out. All right, I drove this in here. It still runs, like I said, it still runs. It just runs rough, and I really don't feel like digging into this and whatever anymore. I'm just, not that I'm tired of, well, I guess you can say I'm tired of it, and I don't know if I'm going to be happy with what I'm wanting to do. So, I mean, I'm pretty much just wanting a fun, reliable, higher horsepower, not like big horsepower, just bigger horsepower car. And yeah, so I'm gonna be putting that motor in there. A friend of mine wants the trans, so I'm gonna be selling this whole motor. I'm not parting the motor out. I'm just gonna sell the whole motor as it is. I got a couple totes full of parts for a whole nother dual cam, which I have a block right there that's been, ported and decked or whatever. And so I'm gonna try to sell all that stuff and use what I can and sell what I can't and what I don't need anymore. So, but that's where we're at right now. I need to try to sell this stuff as soon as possible so I can put it back into it. All right, got it jacked up. switch to the GoPro because I'm gonna try to time lapse this. My buddy's gonna come over and help me probably rip this out of there so that I can get this out of the way. I ordered the motor mounts to get that going, and yeah, so got it on jack stands and just gonna start pulling it apart. So let's do that. All right, so I got motor mounts unbolted, the radiator and condenser out, all that kind of stuff. I got also the harness and all that stuff's kind of just laid off to the side. Basically reverse of what I did to try to see what was wrong with this motor or whatever. Anywho, all that's unplugged. I just got to pull a couple vacuum lines out. I'm gonna need 2 hands for that, but whatever. I need to pull some vacuum lines, the heater core lines, and I need to get the slave cylinder unbolted, trans mount, take the shifter off so it doesn't mess nothing up there, and go from there. But we're moving right along. What's wrong, dude? What?
Nissan 240.
Yeah, it's all gone. All out. Thank God. Whew. It wasn't that hard. A little bit of a pain in the ass. The freaking drive shaft, what was it? The input shaft thing. Yes. That one. Kept getting bound up. But we got her.
It was no good and now it is good.
Sick. So now we just got to get it cleaned up. It's dark out. It's real dark out. Damn, I almost rear-ended your sick exhaust tip, dude.
Watch out. That's why it is so shiny, so you do not hit.
Alright, well, sick. That's all done. So now, just clean up the mess and all that. Look what came in the mail. Got the little bolt kit right there. Got dipstick tube. Yeah. Gasket. Yeah. Look at that shit. Man, that's nice. Got the oil pan for the LS swap. Got all the things. Dang, it's even got a little fancy little... I don't even know what that's supposed to say, but that looks cool. Dang. This thing's sweet. Got the pickup tube in there. Hell yeah. Got the baffles. Shit yeah. So we'll probably get this on today because I got the motor up on the engine stand. I trimmed this down because I want to put the alternator on this side because I'm not running AC. I ordered the water pump for it. That should be in tomorrow. Wait, what's today? Yeah, that should be in tomorrow or the next day. Either way, it'll be in this video. Get this cleaned up, get the oil pan on, get an alternator bracket or some sort or whatever. Just slowly start buttoning this thing up. And as I said, the mounts are in there. I sat the motor in there before, but I got to get different because I just don't want to run the stock 4-cylinder rubber stock motor mounts. So I just don't feel like they're going to work right. So I have the poly ones from the other car that I'm not putting together right now. So I'm going to put those on. Plus they're like the right length and everything. So, but we're going to get the oil pan on and just slowly but surely get this thing going. I know it's going to be kind of a long project, but yeah, I mean, getting parts, getting things coming. I also got the trans out. I got to order the adapter plate still, but I got the trans out, got that cleaned up. Gonna either make a shifter or order one. Haven't decided that yet. I mean, I know it's always easier to just order one, whatever, because it's whatever. But I have a buddy, he's really good at fabricating, and he's kind of showing me the ropes as well. So gonna get the adapter plate for that to get onto the motor, and so on and so forth. And, you know, as you saw, like I said, the motor's gone, motor trans is gone. I sold it, it's gone. buy. So I ain't got to worry about that. That actually gave me the money to get the oil pan. So let's get that on there. Maybe clean it first. Yeah. A little before, how dirty it is right here. You can really see it on here. Let's try this magic thing. And like that. So got it cleaned up. Not 100% perfect, but a lot cleaner than it was. I mean, these literally looked black. So they're actually silver. Fancy that. Got those clean. I'm gonna take them off completely and like put them in a parts washer and clean them up really nice. You know, so I got all that. Also, I slapped on the oil pan. I gotta look up the torque spec for the bolts here. So I just put a little bit of RTV because it came with the gasket that has the metal and the rubber on it. So I put just a thin layer all there, especially between these 2 points, you know, where the plate here and the block and all that meet. So I just, you know, threw a little there and there, and now that's on there. So got that. I took the front back off, the power steering bracket, took that off so I could try to clean it. I'm gonna clean it more, obviously, but I just wanted to get a better, you know, foundation. And also I took the neck. If you remember, it kind of had like a arch, you know, filler neck thing. So I snapped that off and just took the cap, and it goes, yeah, it's a little snug and it goes right in there. So OEM, sick. So gonna do that, and yeah, get some more parts in, keep it going. Came a day early, but we got the water pump. I believe it's a GTO water pump. So gonna pull this out and get it on the motor and just kind of mock it up, make sure it fits right. Well, I got it on there, so I know it lines up, but the only thing that does not line up, if you look, the water pump pulley is only about half of like the main serpentine threads for the 5 fin, whatever. So I'm probably gonna order a different crank pulley just to bring it back. It's about 5 inches from the edge here to the front of the cover. So if I get a little bit shorter one, about 1/2 inch shorter, you know what I mean, bring it back just a little bit. I mean, I could probably order an aftermarket one that has no AC area or whatever, or even if it just had not this piece, you know, or, you know, I could run just the AC, but it's not, I don't know, it's just not gonna line up right. So I'm gonna have to figure something else out. You know, I'm not really upset about it. I mean, yeah, it's a bummer, but at the same time, it's one of those things where, I mean, I'm swapping a bunch of things in a car that's not supposed to go into, but it's going into, and I'm changing some things on the motor that weren't on this motor. So it's just trial and error is all it is. So I'm gonna see what I could figure out, see if I got one or see if my buddy has one, and try to swap it out and go from there. And just like that, got it in there. It's just in there for now. Still waiting on the adapter plate. I got the motor mounts, oil pan, all that stuff. Different intake from a buddy of mine. And yeah, so it's in there for now, just kind of letting it, you know, figure out what I need to do, what I need to change, and so on and so forth. So now we're just kind of waiting for more parts, you know, slowly but surely getting it there to the point where I can get the ECU, the wiring harness, all that stuff situated and get it going. Because, I mean, it's not far from it, it's just expensive. So that's where we're at with this now. Gonna kind of clean it up a little bit. I kind of want to paint the engine bay. I need to do a few things here and there, and it's basically just waiting on parts. It's just things take a little while, and that's how things go. So that's probably where I'm gonna end it. Hopefully next video will be startup, but we'll see. If not, it'll just be more of just making it better, tightening it up. The motor's probably gonna come back out so I can paint the bay and so on and all that good stuff. So if you guys could leave me a like, comment, subscribe, that would be awesome. And see you in the next one. See ya.